Today we are going to teach Kane how to ride a horse.
Well, provided he's got the right size horse. You don't ride a bike if you can't put your feet down. I think the same rule applies to horses.
Good morning guys, welcome back to the Big Aussie Adventure. You join us in Yatla, of all places, because my husband wants a pie.
I've heard about Yatla pies for a long time. Like, it's on the side of the freeway. Whenever you drive past this part of Australia, you see this massive shack. And it's, well, not a shack, it's like a big old restaurant. Has the word Yatla across the roof, and they sell apparently the most epic pies in the world. Hopefully they do a vegetarian pie, and I want to try one.
So we're trying Yatla pies, but we are actually on the way to the hinterland. We're on the way to Toowoomba, which is where my dad lives, and today we are going to teach Kane how to ride a horse.
Well, provided he's got the right size horse.
He literally was on the phone to my dad and asked if dad has a horse that's like very small, so that if he wanted to, he could put his feet down.
Yeah, like a bike. You don't ride a bike if you can't put your feet down. I think the same rule applies to horses. Okay, here are the pies. Let me show you what we got.
Alright.
It seems like they have a huge selection, and we don't have Sydney City prices either. This is great. Look at that.
Oh, vegetable pie, that's me. So my dad has a property in Toowoomba, and there's a bunch of horses there. Like, I think they've got maybe 12 horses on the property at the moment. He's actually an equestrian trainer, so this is what he does for work. And I don't know if you've watched the vlogs for like a couple of years. We've been there before, and Kane was just an absolute lunatic last time we were there. He's got a bit of an irrational fear of horses.
Any animal that's bigger than me, I'm just respectful of. That's the way you got to view it.
Yeah.
For some reason, I've tried extra hard to impress her dad throughout our relationship, and it always goes massively wrong.
You're just not yourself. I don't know what it is.
I get super nervous. He's a real big man's man, and some would say that I'm not like a man's man.
You are a man's man.
He calls me a city slicker.
And the apple pie and the 600 Diet Coke.
Just one Diet Coke, not 600.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Diet Coke as well.
Thanks
Come
a
on
lot.
today, guys.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Ready to try your first ever Yatla pie?
Sure am.
Nice. I feel like we should quickly explain why I'm always so nervous around your dad. In the first few years of our relationship, every time I met her dad, I massively humiliated myself.
You know he loves you, right? Like, he thinks you're amazing. But yeah, you have been a bit of a goofball in the past.
Well, the first time I met him, I tried to show him the trick. We were at a restaurant, and I tried to show him the trick where you put a toothpick in your mouth, and then you can spin it using your tongue only, like doing cartwheels.
Oh my god. So this is the first time I'm like, look, I'm really serious about this guy. I'd been dating Kane for like a year. Dad was in town, so I was like, let's have dinner and like, let's, you know, meet sort of thing. And then we're at this dinner, everything's going like great. We're all getting along like a house on fire.
No, it wasn't going great. Her dad is like this big alpha male of a man, like he's a rugged, you know, horse instructor. He stands like 6'4", he's big. And then there's me. So we're very different people, and like I wanted to impress him, but I had nothing.
And so he's like, look at Thomas, look at this. He gets a toothpick and puts it in under his teeth like that. And then he closes his mouth and goes, and just does that. And I'm like, what is he doing? It turns out he's trying to flip the toothpick with his tongue and flip it like, so it basically just flips.
Yeah,
That's
it looks pretty good, like to do cartwheels with a toothpick in your mouth. But it's very dependent on how long the toothpick is, and like the toothpick I had in my mouth wasn't like industry length, it was a bit longer. So
it wasn't industry length. Is that what happened here?
It got stuck.
So then he basically is like doing this for a while, and then opens his mouth, and all his teeth are just covered in blood. blood everywhere, like streaming from his gums, all in the middle of like his teeth. It's just full of blood. And then he goes, "Excuse me," just walks off.
Oh man. And then the second time, because our dad's got a load of horses on the property, we got in the 4x4, drove over this like field full of cows to go look at the horses. And for some reason, all the cows took a liking to me. I think my aftershave or something must have smelt like grass or whatever it was. These cows just kind of came around me and they separated me off from the rest of you guys. So all of a sudden, like,
instead of you herding cows, the cows herded you.
20 or 30 cows all walking towards me. And I'm like, this isn't good. So I turned around and I sprinted. And then the cows thought it was a game. So the cows then started to chase me. The second time her dad's met me, he's just watching me run through a field like this with like 20 massive cows just like slowly jogging after me.
And I remember you ran and jumped into the car and closed the door.
I then refused to get out of the car. So when everyone got back in the car, there was just like deadly silence because everyone just got in and was like, okay, that was awkward. And I'm just in the back going, I want to go back to the city. And then the third time, we went for a walk through like this creek. And for some reason, at that point, I thought, I'm going to show her dad how much of a man I am. So I picked up a rock, like, I want to call it a boulder because it was like this big. And I threw it at Pia. Like, and I thought it would miss her. And I was like, hey, Pia, look. And stupidly threw it. And as she turned around, this rock just went past her ear. And I just thought, oh my goodness, I hope no one saw that because if I'd have hit her, she would have died.
Yeah.
Like, I looked around and her dad's just like,
so we're gonna go visit him again. Fair few years since I've ridden a horse. I used to ride a lot when I was like really young growing up in Germany because my dad had the same profession there and we actually lived like im Reitverein, which if you're German you'll know what that means, but basically it's like the equestrian center. There was an apartment there and that's where we lived. So I grew up like playing around horses constantly. I'm super comfortable with them, but it's now been, I would say, maybe 6 years or so since I've actually been like on a horse. Yeah.
See, my only experience of riding on a horse was one time I went beach horse riding, you know, when you do that as a tourist.
Yeah.
And they hadn't attached the saddle properly to the horse.
Yeah.
And because the horse was like on this beach, which wasn't flat, it was like that, I was kind of riding the horse at an angle. And so slowly, every time it kind of did this with its feet, my saddle rolled around the horse's belly more. So the only way that I could hold onto the horse at this point was to grab its mane.
Oh my God,
because I was now like on the horse like this, at which point grabbing its mane made it go nuts and it just galloped off into the ocean and I just fell off.
Did you?
Here we go.
Ooh, pretty gate. I reckon just go park up behind Dad's car.
I need to charge, so...
Yeah, you'll be able to plug in there. I think they've probably got 3-phase mains
Let's
here.
ask him.
Hello! Have you got somewhere we can plug in?
Go in the garage.
In the garage.
We left with a full charge. We had 500 kilometers in the charge and now we're down to 200. So one of these cables will hopefully work. Probably this one, to be perfectly honest. The design of this thing is so heavy, when we plug it in, it pulls it out the wall. We might be staying here forever, guys. We've tripped the power. See, things like this always go wrong when I'm trying to impress your dad, Pia. Oh great, you've now destroyed the power to my house. Alright, let's see if this... Yeah, we're charging! Do you remember that time when the horses ran at me? And instead of protecting you, I threw you in their path and I ran.
Yeah! Yeah!
That was a moment that Thomas thought I was the one. I was the one for you. I saw Wendy just looked at me, she's like, that was not a manly thing to do.
Do you remember that?
Oh, there's been a catalogue of embarrassing events that have happened here, so hopefully
all here.
Today will be my redemption arc.
You have to chop the wood for the
Me?
Yeah, babe, that's your task.
Great. This is what men in the bush do.
Yes.
Do I just slam it down?
Yep. Well done.
That's pretty hard, actually.
All right, we're getting there.
It's not making any difference.
I think you need your grip a bit further apart. No, not closer, further apart. And now really, yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Did you hurt yourself? I was going to say don't hurt yourself, but I didn't want to sound condescending.
Oh, it really hurt actually. I think
I saw that. I think you really hurt.
my Apple Watch just declared an emergency.
Alright.
Okay, Pia's turn.
Roll up my sleeves.
Go on. It's not even a dent.
Oh. Okay. I regret laughing at you. This is genuinely hard to do.
Let me try a smaller bit of wood.
Are you going to chop it? But don't you have to split it down the middle?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure.
Babe, don't put it on that. That seems dumb.
No, that's what the chopping block's for.
I don't think that's the chopping block.
Babe, I've watched a lot of movies. I know what to do. It's just like golf, but upside down, right?
Dad, are we doing this wrong?
Jawohl, it's 000, is it?
Yeah. Let's try, do that one.
Honestly, I'm over it. Well, Pia, you look very fancy now. You've got to admit.
Are you ready for your riding lesson?
I am. I even bought my own helmet, so no dramas.
You think you're going to be able to bond with your horse?
What do you mean? I love your outfit today.
Thank you.
Very, very nice.
This is an actual riding helmet. This is Lady.
Hi, lady.
You gotta take that thing off.
Do you want to use this one? It might be easier.
Sure.
That one was struggling a bit.
All good. Too
This
long.
isn't my first rodeo.
Too long. Yeah.
Might go in for some competitions. Oh. Did that on purpose.
See, you're gonna trot.
I think I am trotting, Pia.
Not quite yet. I really was preparing for him to be way more scared. I'm genuinely impressed with him.
Yeah. So beautiful. See, he's a talented boy, is he? Slightly redeem myself with your father.
See how well it handles on grass? Like, there's no problem whatsoever. I thought you were going to hit me.
I'm a scaredy chick now.
We're going to do a proper video about these skateboards probably tomorrow, but we're just messing with them now.
Gotta practice, you know?
Yeah, Pia wants to get like professional level and do tricks and stuff, so we're going to have a proper lesson tomorrow and try and get real good. But for now, this is what's happening. Whoa, look at her, she's getting a hand down. You're getting really good real quick. Look, she's carving it up.
Whoa. Oh no! Oh my god!
Oh, it's electric!
Oh, is that electric? Oh my god! You tasered yourself.
Well, he survived.
Yeah!
Fucking hell. Why do you have that animal on your...
Because I'm afraid that you're
She
gonna...
has 4 legs. She will get out of the way. You only have 2 and you didn't get run
I'm
over.
worried about you, not her.
Oh, yeah, you like that, don't you? You like that. Yum, 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 yum. She really loves those little kangaroo strips.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, a little snack for being a good
Hi,
girl.
cutie. Hi. Are you enjoying the farm life, Muesli? Different to the city, isn't it?
On the block they call me, as I remember from my speech in the spa, the badass dad.
Is that what they call you?
Was there a comment calling you the
Yes.
badass dad?
The badass dad. I like that very much.
You must be proud.
See you tomorrow.
So, yeah, man.